welcome to another installation of Lessons in Jazz with Lee James, your host. Today we're going to revisit a little bit more at length one of my favorite songs to give my students to learn the chords that they've been practicing on the flashcards and the circle of fourths and the chromatics. And that is to find a practical application for their newfound chord ability at the piano, and that is the song All the Things You Are. One of the jazz standards you must know if you want to enter that field and start playing with other jazz musicians, whether at home or at school or starting to do it professionally, playing out. What's lovely about All the Things You Are is that its chord progression on the A sections closely mirrors, if not exactly, the circle of fourths progression. And let me give you a quick review of the chord progressions here as we go. Our first chord is F minor 7. So if you're looking at your circle of fourths, we start one chord back from the C at the top at 12 o'clock. Start on F, minor 7. We start down the circle, not before, but we start C, F. Start at 1 o'clock. F minor, B flat minor, E flat 7, A flat major, D flat major, and there it is. We're progressing from F all the way down to the bottom of the circle. First 5 chords, and then we do a little 5 chord to change the key to C briefly, and then we start on C minor. Now we can go back to the top of the circle. C minor, F minor, B flat 7, E flat major, A flat major. There it is. And then we do a tritone jump to get to the key of G. So there it is. It's a nice way to utilize our major 7th chords, our dominant 7th chords, and our minor 7th chords with a song. And what makes it even easier is that we're following the circle of fourth progressions, which really kind of brilliant. It's also nice in that there's only one chord per measure. So that gives you plenty of time to find the next chord. And by the way, we're just going to play the chords. We're not going to play the melody. That's another lesson. So here we go. F minor with just a 3 and 7. 1, 2, 3, find the next one. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, tritone now, G, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That one's 2 measures. Now we go 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. You get the idea. Just like you were learning your chords with flashcards and the metronome, the gnome is our friend. Give yourself plenty of time to do it so you can get through the double A section and hit the chord, form the chord, play it, and then get off it right away. So you have, 3+ beats to form and find your next chords. Okay? That's the really easy stuff. So let's go over the B section. In the key of G temporarily, A minor 7, is that a 2 chord? Well, the next chord is D7. Yes, it is. So we got a 2, 5, 1 going here. 5, 1. Now here's where it gets a little skittish for the non-piano player. We're going into a black key tonality. F sharp minor 7, B7, and then jump up here for E major 7. There it is. Okay, we're into the black keys, we're into the sharp keys here briefly as we go into the key of E. So I say for you non-piano players, it might be a little more difficult to find than what you were doing at the top of the circle, C, F, and B flat, and so forth. After we hit E, major 7, we've got to get back to our A progression. So we play C7. And for our purposes of exercises, just play a C, regular C7. 3 and 7 on top. Now we go back to the A. 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. And here's where the composer takes a little different road. He goes from the 4 chord as a major. Now he goes down to a minor 7th chord, and then chromatically down to C, minor 7. And then F7. Are we going to a 1 chord? No, it's a 5-1 progression, but it's really 5. We're still moving by fourths. F7 goes to B flat minor, and now that becomes our 2 chord. So it's a 5 leading into the next 2 chord, and now we're heading and cruising into our closing tonality, E flat 7, A flat major 7. There it is. So like I detailed before, early video, starts in F minor. The song is not in F minor. The song is in A flat. Starts in F minor, which is the relative minor, to A flat major. This is also a sticking point with piano players over the years. Vocalists will tell you what key they're in, and they'll just look at the first chord on the page, and they'll say it's an F. Okay, well, is it an F major? If it's an F major, that means my first chord is D minor. No, that's too low. That's not the key. Okay. Did you mean F minor? Yes, F minor. Excuse me. So F minor is the first chord. Yes, on my chart, it's the first chord. Okay, so that means it's an A flat. All right. There's the 1 chord, A flat, and that's also where it ends. So it's something that I try and educate vocalists in particular, because they got to sing the song. They're out front singing it, and they have to sing it in the key that they're comfortable with, that they can play. It fits their range. So the experienced vocalists, and this is not just jazz vocalists, this is all pop and wedding singers and all kinds of things. If the song starts on a minor tonality and it winds up in a major tonality, you've got to find out basically by looking at where it resolves at the end of the song. This resolves in A flat. All the things you are, the standard key is A flat major. And maybe they want to make a note next to it that says A flat major, first chord, F minor 7. Got it. Now there's no confusion. We know exactly what we're doing with the song and so forth. So for this first lesson, we're going to do nothing but the 3 and 7 chord as we go around the circle. Okay? And that should keep you busy for at least a week. And when you get all this done and under your hands at a good pace with the metronome, we'll come back and we'll expand even greater on all the things you are. So for this lesson, this is Lee James. We'll see you next time. Keep track of us on Facebook and my website. I'm going to have a channel for all these videos if you don't already have them viewing them now this way. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.